Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a summery, glowy face of makeup. I am going out today and one of you asked me in a comment to show you how the Origins Ginzing tinted moisturizer looks and applies. So I thought, let's do this glowy summer makeup. That is my go-to actually. This is what I do. I'm going to my in-laws today and yeah, this is just an everyday glowy makeup for me. Let's get started immediately. I will start with my base. So I'm using the Ginzing SPF 40 tinted moisturizer. I would normally apply it with my hands, but I would also do it on my, like in front of my sink. So that is not the case today. This is what it looks like when you first take it out, and buffing it in, it actually like breaks these microspheres of color that then turn into your coverage. The problem with this one is that there's only one shade. So I had suggested this to my mom and we went to try it because I didn't have it with me. We went to try it at Sephora and unfortunately for her this one is too light. So the problem with this one is that there is only one shade. However, it's quite sheer as you can see in coverage, and it will stretch, yeah, light skin tones mainly. Unfortunately it doesn't go further, and I know there's a few YouTubers that haven't been talking about this because of it, because they don't want to promote products that have no shade range, because this has no shade range. And I haven't shown it on here that much, a bit for the same reason, because it's really, it will only suit a certain amount of people. But I've been asked and it's something that I use on a daily basis. What you can see is that it leaves a really beautiful, glowy finish to the skin. It just uniforms your base and I think it looks really pretty. I'm now gonna move on to my eyes, priming as usual with my Milani eyeshadow primer. And on my eyes, I'm also like pulling out an oldie but a goodie. And today we're going to be using the Nabla Cutie palette Coral, which was part of their first Cutie palette launch. So not last year's, but a few years ago. And I did this look a few days ago. You saw it probably in my monthly roundup, I think. And I'm just gonna simply take the darker brown on the outside of my lid and try to use this as my only matte. And that means blending, 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 because it's such a dark eyeshadow and you can see it's super pigmented also. But you can blend it out to be a more medium brown. Now, doing this on a tacky base is somewhat of a challenge, so I should have probably set my eyeshadow base, but we're gonna be here for a while, blending, blending, and there's always the option to get another eyeshadow to blend the edges. But here we go, it didn't even take that long and I have a little bit of a nice gradient of color. And I'm using their brush from the Nude brush set. This is the pointed crease. It doesn't really have a point, does it? Here we go, both sides done. I'm going to go in with Coral Amber now on a flat shader. This is also from Nabla, from an old limited edition brush set. So you can't really get it anymore, but it's a really good brush. All of Nabla's brushes are really good, to be honest. I really like them, and I even have considered purchasing more of the same brush sets that I have, just to have more of the same brushes. I do prefer these, and they're all synthetic, to the some of the natural hair ones that I have, because those actually become scratchy after, you know, 10 years. Then the star of the show is Mandarin, and this is a beautiful celestial eyeshadow, and it's a glittery gorgeousness. I'm gonna wet the brush after picking up the product and applying that on my inner corner and then blending it all the way on my lid. It is so beautiful and glowy and wet looking, and it has this hint of orange, but you can see that's not an orange eyeshadow, it's just a warm peachy goodness. And then applying it with my finger to even increase the glitteriness of it. And it actually matches my nails, look at that. Then I'm taking the Nabla Cupid's Arrow number 2. It's quite a Nabla heavy look, isn't it? But I like their products, I use them a lot. And just intensify the lash line. Nothing much. I'll go a little bit on the bottom line, lash line as well. And then with a small smudger brush, just making sure there's no harsh lines. And blending it all out a little. These are really good. I could have used this also as a base for my look, but my default is just to use eyeshadows. Let's continue. I'm gonna do concealer. As usual, my Radiant Creamy Concealer. But I would actually prefer something low, even lower coverage for a look like this, because my base is very low coverage. And I like it like that. I want you people to see my skin underneath, and it doesn't look like a lot of makeup. I find that applying base products with a sponge helps me with that and to sheer it out. So I normally, for the sake of speed, I would go in with a brush, but a sponge definitely shears it out and makes it look more skin-like, so that's why we're going for this one. This is the Glam Sponge Velvet from Glam Shop. They sent it to me and I am loving it, to be honest. It's such a good sponge compared to the others that I've tried so far. For bronzer, I'm going in with my Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel bronzer. My favorite in summer. It has such a good color for me, and this is unfortunately another one that has only one shade, even though I just saw the Chanel summer collection images and there's 2 of these, so they are changing the shades and bringing out more shades of it, which I'm happy about, because as universal shades don't exist, right? We have asserted that by now. There's no universal shade, so it's time that brands actually bring out more shades of their products. So I'm happy to see that they're bringing out more shades of the Soleil Tan de Chanel. It's such a great product, and it's my favorite bronzer for summer. It's a really good shade for my skin. Then I'm going in with my favorite summer cheek product, at least so far. This is the Nude Sticks Nudies Matte in Sunkissed. I was thinking of using the Freck Cheek Slime in Fielding. It's also beautiful, summery, fiery, burnt orange. But I have to say, I lived in this all summer last year, and I think I will this year as well. It is, I have hair. It is such a beautiful shade, and as you can see, I like to over apply it, and I take it from the tube directly, from the stick directly with my brush. This is also a Nabla brush. This is the foundation buffer brush, and I just like to apply a ton of it, and this combination just gives me such a, I don't know, sunburnt look. Now, we went a little bit overboard. We, and by we, I mean I, went a little bit overboard in bringing the blush a bit too low, so I'm just gonna go in with my sponge and blend the edges. because sun-kissed is one thing, but I don't think you would burn the bottom part of your cheek. Then to set things a little bit, I am taking an Hourglass ambient lighting powder and just going on the center of my face. This will not take away from the glowiness as much, but it will help set the cream products. And for me, since I am an oily skinned girl, or a combination at least, but I have an oily T-zone, I need to set the center of my face. And in summer, my god, it's so sticky here. It's been really warm and sticky, so I need a little bit of setting. And you can see this just toned the shine down a little bit, but not too much. And then for highlight, I am a bit in between, but I'm gonna use the Auric Glow Lust because it's what I've been liking in this past week, since I got my little sample from my friend Maria. And I'm gonna just, with my fingers, apply it on the top of my cheekbones and blend it in. But since this for me is a little bit too icy of a highlight, I'm gonna go over it with Lucent Jungle by Nabla, and I'm really just touching the pan. And this is a very golden, and you can see how it changes the tone of the highlight immediately. And this instead is one of those products that I thought, ooh, this is a highlight only for deeper skin tones. It's quite deep actually, but it's a very, very sheer base with a lot of beautiful shine. And I don't think it's out of place on my skin tone, for example. So this one actually surprised me as a product that can do more than just deeper skin tones. Going back to the eyes, I'm taking Mandarin again with the small brush and then applying it in my inner corner and continuing along my lower lash line for at least a third, if not a half. And then with the other side of the brush, just going in with Coral Amber on the rest of the lower lash line. Just to mimic what we did on top. I'm quickly applying mascara. This is my Sky High mascara by Maybelline. For my brows, I am using my Soap Brows, wetting it with Fix Plus and just pushing my brows upwards. I need to laminate them. I have said that now, and every time I do my brows I need to laminate them. But yeah. I should also have done them earlier. Now while I let them set a little bit, I'm gonna do my lips. I'm using the Nabla Nude number 3. And since this is a touch lighter, I want to contour a little bit more, and I'm taking Neve Cosmetics Stay at Home. And this is a darker brown. I'm very gently feathering the edges. So that it looks like I have a little bit of more dimension on my lips, which I really like. And then I'm taking, also from Nabla, the Shine Theory lip gloss in the shade RSVP. I swear this is not a sponsored video. I just really like Nabla products. And now I can finish my brows, and then we're gonna be all done. And I'm gonna use my Lime Crime Bushy Brows. I have the shade, what is it? Brownie. I need to be closer to my mirror for this. And I love this because it really draws on your brows. And for summer, it's really easy. You don't have to take a brush and a like a pomade, and I find that it's much more natural looking than a pencil. And here we go. This is the finished look, my glowy summer makeup. I feel very bronzy, very glowy, but yeah, just summery, looking fresh. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what your go-to summer glowy products are. I'm curious to hear. Of course, I'm always open to trying new things. And yeah, I'm just very happy. I'm gonna go about my day. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.